Hey, for today we're going to be looking at how to create your classroom within ThinkCentral. There are a few ways to go about this. How we are going to do it is by coming up to the top where it says Settings. We're going to select that, and under the two options we're going to go to Manage Classes. Within here you'll notice that if you have been here before, you may have former classes. If you're new, that may be empty. You're going to want to go down until where you see it says Add a Class down here at the bottom. This gives us the option to create a name for our class. So I'm going to title this classroom 2015-2016 class. You may call it whatever you'd like. Under the drop-down menu, it's important that you select the grade that you are teaching. For our demonstration, we'll select grade 3. This next box that you see here, Add Adaptive Learning Products, is very important. You're going to want to be sure to check that off. In doing so, you allow the option to be able to access the Personal Math Trainer. Let's next also be sure to click this box here. We're going to proceed to scroll lower. You do have available to you all of the products that you're going to be granting your students access to. You'll notice that there are some of the old curriculum, HSP Math, as well as the current Go Math. I think it's best if you just filter your results. See where it says filter your view by. I'm going to select the program as California Go Math. It'll make it a little bit easier for your options. Now, there still is a long list of things that you have available to you. Some of the things I recommend, first of all, the Go Math Animated Models, as well as the Go Math Enrich book, and the Go Math Reteach book. Again, these are just some suggestions. I also recommend the Interactive Student Edition, as well as the Math on the Spot videos. And the remaining two options that I like to go with are the Practice book as well as the Student Edition ebook. You're going to need to check over here where it says I accept the terms and conditions, and at that point you can go ahead and save your class. At this point we've created our classroom, but we have not yet assigned any students. We need to go back down to where it says Assign Students. Now you should have all of your students already input into your school, and you have a bank here. You may go ahead and scroll down from your entire list of students that are at your school, or if you'd like to filter by looking at a specific grade level, you may want to do that. Select the grade that you are teaching and find, and you should see that the students that are in that respective grade level appear here. One by one, you're going to want to add those students. Perfect example, sometimes you may have multiple or duplicate names. If you have the option, please be sure to select the one that has the long number attached or connected to it. And one by one, you're going to want to add your students to your classroom. When you're finished, or if you'd like to pause at this point, you may hit Done. It's important that we hit Done so that it saves the current progress. Later at any time, you may remove individual students or continue to add additional students. So I'm going to hit Done at this point, and it asks if you'd like me to save my changes. These are some students that I've added, and you should be able to see here the class that you've created. A lot of teachers ask about going about to access the username as well as passwords of their students. At that point, I suggest that you check or select your class and then go over here to View Class Roster. You should be able to see your students that you've added in your classroom as well as their username and password.